What's good, everybody? This your boy D Money, Chef Shizz. We on another episode of Superior Knowledge. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and also hit that hype button so that way your friends, your family, everyone in the Black community and other communities can tap into what we got going on here in Superior Knowledge. So let's get right to it, Chef Shizz.
Hey y'all. So today, for our political rant, I want to talk about illegal immigration. But I don't want to talk about it from the stance like Trump talks about it. I want to talk about it from the stance of some of the origins of the actual original illegal immigrants, the Europeans, when they came over here. Right? Because it's crazy, right? We talk about how all these other immigrants are coming over here, like doing rape and murder and do all this other crazy stuff.
Right.
But isn't that what they did when they came over?
Pretty much.
So is this like what the guilt manifesting of what y'all did? But that's not even the point that they even come over to do all that. The point is, how can a group of people that came over here, right, took no citizen test, because that's they always the main thing. Oh, it's just the right way. What is the right way? Because y'all ain't do the right way.
Right.
That's how I try raping and murdering people doesn't give you authority to take over the land.
Right.
That just makes you dictators.
Right.
Honestly.
For sure.
I mean, you don't have no actual power.
Right.
I mean, so all this, they come over illegally, y'all came over illegally. And then y'all invited more illegal immigrants over here, the other Europeans. Like, because you already established that you had no power already, how do you have the power to invite more people over here?
Right,
So before we even get into these legal immigrants, let's first restore the order and all the Europeans go back home. How about that first?
Right.
And then y'all come back the right way.
I mean, hey, it all makes sense, you feel me?
Right? That's not even on somebody, like I said, they try to be racist. Let's just be logical.
Right.
Then y'all came over the proper way.
Right.
If you want to talk the proper way, all y'all need to go back. I mean, It's funny because when Trump signed the order, all this, I'm just thinking to myself, so, well, all them Europeans, like, come on, you can't sit here and just try to single out people. Let's keep it real. If that's what we're gonna do, all y'all gotta go back.
Mm-hmm.
Because now y'all are indigenous to this country. White people is not a race. Y'all are Europeans.
Right.
Not white, Europeans.
For sure.
Which means you're not originated over here. Yeah, you might be born over here, but being born somewhere doesn't even give you
citizenship. Actual, what you call it?
Shit. Like, this is stuff y'all made up, and y'all done raped and murdered people and took over, and then y'all made up rules for people to subvert other people.
For sure.
It wasn't any like right or logical. It was just y'all did it, and then y'all barred other people from doing the same tactics y'all used.
Right, so nobody has that say-so to take ownership.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like all this legal immigration.
It's only rules just to protect ourselves, not to protect us or any other race that wants to come to this country.
And which would segue me to my other point. Since we established that they actually have no power because you're not supposed to be here, the government is corrupt already in itself because, like I said, it's run by a group of people that have no power.
Right.
They got up here following these rules, like who y'all to make up these laws and they make people stick by them. And then y'all don't even abide by the same laws y'all make people try to stick by. You know what I mean? The people really need to unite and, you know what I mean? Like I said before earlier in the other video, unite, come together and go against the Democrats and Republicans because they're all a part of the infrastructure. You know what I mean? You see the Epstein files.
Right.
Oh, if we arrest people, the whole system will collapse. That's the point.
Right.
All y'all are corrupt. That's the point. Y'all corrupt.
See, the government needs to be ran by the people first and foremost. It shouldn't be ran by a group of people that don't have our interests and needs in mind. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly, and that's how it's actually supposed to be. It's supposed to be we the people. It's everything the government's supposed to do is supposed to be for our interests. Everything they do is for their interests, and then they flip it. It says, "Oh no, it's to protect you. All this surveillance and track you down. It's not to make you safe.
Right.
It's to keep you in line and make sure you don't never get out of line."
Right.
I mean, we are under a tyranny, and people don't even realize we are really under a dictatorship, but they guise it as democracy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people think you got a free choice. No, you don't. If you really got a free choice, go ahead and do what you really feel and see what happens.
Right.
I mean, you don't got no choice. Yeah, I mean, like for instance, here in Pennsylvania, if somebody robs you, right, let's say you turn their back, and you shoot them, you automatically guilty. That makes 0 sense.
Right.
The person robbed you. But like you see what I'm saying? Like they make up rules and you have to follow them. Like we're not. You actually have no choice. You know what I mean? We all in prison one way or another. You're either gonna be locked up in a physical prison or you're gonna be a prisoner of your mind.
And society, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can't do certain things. So you know what I mean? You're in chain without being in chains.
Right.
And that's how they get us. Keep us constantly in fear.
Just like Bubble Boy. You just in a bubble. They put you in a bubble, you're going to go so far, do so much, feel a certain way, and that's about it.
I mean, exactly. See? And that's how they control us with the fear. And like what you said earlier with the working too. You can't think, you can't focus. You know what I mean? To keep you in chains with the mortgages, the debt. I mean, you too busy focused on working and you can't think about the revolution.
Exactly.
But you think about losing your house.
That's even, just on a creative level, you know what I'm saying? Just to the point where, say, if you want to start, a business for your art, whatever that may be, and, whatever industry niche, think about it. You like, damn, I got to work this 9 to 5. Then on top of that, when I come home, I got to spend this extra 4 to 6 hours to build my business up. But at the same time, if I'm working a 9 to 5 to where I got to think all day while doing physical work, on top of that, you're going to be dead to the world by the time 6 o'clock comes. So what other 4, to 6 hours you going to actually put in? That's why a lot of businesses aren't successful, for real, because people got to do that hard work on top of the hard work in order to get somewhere, which is understandable and cool because it, differentiates everybody. It shows you there's levels to the shit, but at the same time, you got to be strategic in how you move too.
Yeah, exactly. But back on the political side, like I said, it keeps you suppressed. Basically, like you saying, it keeps you suppressed. It keeps you unmotivated to actually want to change. You're just gonna keep doing the easy thing, which is go down and vote every 4 years.
Right.
Because that's just way simpler than actually, let's organize, let's plan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Let's look at everything that's going on in the community before we actually assess who we should have lead or who we should put in place to make sure that certain things happen for us.
Exactly. I mean, because people, let's be honest, people don't actually do research on the political candidates. People just see little stuff here and there that they put out, like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's actually doing research. You don't know this person even qualified. And then you see through actual factual what happens, these people get in and do what? Turn bad on you.
Right.
Making excuses. Listen to him. Like, how many times are you going to fall for the okie doke? I mean, I can understand the first time, even though, like I said, we established they shoehorn us in here and force us into it, but whatever. Right. I mean, let's just say people actually going to stand on their word. When they show you they don't, at what point do we change? You know what I mean?
Right.
What point do we change our tactics? Like I said, but I get it. They keep us suppressed. You know what I mean? Like I said,
nobody got the energy to do anything else.
About it. And then, like, the crazy part about it, like I said in the original point, they're not even supposed to be in power. Like I said, they came over.
Right.
What real power do they actually have if you rape and murder people? Like, for you to establish a government? Like, it's crazy that we all follow these rules and laws, but, like, can't nobody logically say how do they have control outside of they force their stuff on us? Which then, now you have to realize that they force their stuff on us. I mean, we're all hostages. Right? I mean, you're not a citizen. We're all hostages. We all been kidnapped. Everybody. And that has no limit to race. Like, everybody who claims to be a citizen is really a hostage. Like,
right.
I mean, this is a dictatorship, as we were saying. Like,
and they all pretty much psychologically fucked us over and how they do things.
Stockholm syndrome. See, we fell in love with our abusers. Like I said, everybody. Because, like, we already established, they never had any power to do what they're doing anyway. They came over and took it by force, which means everything after that is a straight dictatorship. It's not a democracy because none of us have a choice. Okay, they take our tax dollars and do what with it?
Nothing. But spend it on their own.
You don't have no part of the process. You think, oh, bruh, we have no part of where that money goes. They take our money and go.
Right.
What do people have to realize? We are in a dictatorship. They got us suppressed, like I said, because they got us all worried about this and that. And I mean, they give us all this little luxury type stuff. And you feel comfortable. I'm not a slave because you know why? I got an iPhone.
Right.
You got a TV. See,
right. I got a nice car, nice crib.
All that. So I said the chains are replaced with luxury items.
Right.
Now that's what keeps you tethered to this society.
I mean, and then also that ego feeling of I feel better. I'm doing better than my neighbor. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then put money in your pocket.
Right.
Like you feel good, but at the same time you get paid. All that money gone. Most times.
Exactly.
If you're paying your bills and stuff like that.
Right, if you actually doing shit the right quote unquote way.
Yeah, I mean, which is also crazy. I mean, you think about it, you gotta pay bills. Like that's a whole nother
Right, just some
story.
countries where you actually don't, like Saudi Arabia, I don't even think you pay bills or taxes at all.
Because that's unheard of. You really think about it. Why are we paying
taxes, number one.
So first of all, they tax your check and then they tax you the stuff you buy.
Right, that's a double tax right there. That's not even just a tax. That's double the tax.
You already taxed my money. It was getting taxed again.
And then on top of that, you have to pay for public services. Why are you paying for a service, number one? And it's public.
Exactly.
Public transportation should not be paid for. I can understand you give a donation because you love the service.
No. I don't even agree because...
No, I'm saying... out of your personal pocket, you feel the generosity to give a donation. I'm not talking about there's a tip basket that says give tips. No, I'm talking about you feel the need out of your heart to give that donation. Not you have to pay or like I said, they got a tip basket that says, hey, give tips. Nah, it should not be that. It's a public service and it's a nonprofit. So think about that.
Nonprofit too?
Yeah, look it up on Google. SEPTA is a whatever public transportation unit that is used in your city. It literally says it is a nonprofit. MARTA, SEPTA, all that shit.
See, it's crazy because I was going to say they took our tax dollars from the bailout, but now they're going to charge us to get on. How are you charging?
And people don't know this, and even some people actually do know this and still say they should pay. Which is crazy to me.
It is crazy because you use our money.
Right.
Technically, that's our company.
Right.
Like, why am I paying money? And it's really people who get up here and be like, oh, fair invaders is crazy. How? Technically, we own this.
Right.
If you use my tax dollars, the stuff I work for, the stuff all of us work for, that's our company.
Exactly.
We are all shareholders. You know
exactly.
I mean? We all have stock.
If anything, it should be a public traded company where we all have some type of stock ownership in this company.
Right. Because they take our money and profit off it, and then they're going to charge you.
Right.
How? It's
right.
But see, that's the craziness we live in, and people never question because, like I said, they got us so worried about this and that people not even looking around and
to think about shit from a small level. And this is the thing that I actually talked to some people at work about that made a whole lot more sense of why things go down in our society today. Back in the day, and I'm not talking about like 1950, 40 or whatever, I'm talking about millions of years ago when people had no technology for real and they just had to spend all day figuring out shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what evolution was really about. Once people had to just sit down at all of their day and figure out shit. They have too many toys. If anything, a toy that was like actually created was probably wooden 9 times out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, once it started to evolve, that's because they had to take the time to evolve it. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, exactly. Because like I said, back during them times, we didn't have distractions. I mean, the TV.
Right, the idiot box.
because I believe the Greek word for entertainment is like distraction. Something like that. I mean, all this stuff is a distraction to keep you from actually producing.
The European word for entertainment was a joker. So, like, you got to think about it. Like, if they was considering a joker to be the entertainment, everything that's an entertainment is just a distraction of what's going on in regular time.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, it just sets you up to keep you suppressed and keep you not wanting to do anything, like I said. And then they also just keep you the luxuries and makes you feel like
you're somebody.
Suppressed. You feel like, man, like how? Like, you got TV, you got freedom.
Right.
I can be where I want to be.
I can go where I want to go. And then 90% of you people don't even go off your front porch.
Exactly.
So it's like, yo, like, where are you going?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, but that's the kind of stuff that makes you think that you're free. Like I said, you're not free. You gotta get passports, IDs.
Right.
If you gotta do all that stuff, let you know you're not free. If you're really free to travel, why we gotta pay all this money for this and that? I mean, I gotta say plane tickets, all right, whatever, right? But passports, like what's the point with all that?
And then the even crazier part is now they're even checking your social media if you want to leave out of this country, and that's even major countries like London too. Like they checking your whole social media to see the type of person you are. And all that shit.
For what? Who cares?
And that's what I'm saying. But at the same time, that's a crazy type time, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Just because everybody's suppressed and don't want to do shit.
Yeah. It's really getting diabolical.
Right. And that's
I saw at my family control the Super Bowl commercial with the Ring camera. Now I can tap in, like missing. That's something like a missing dog. Now, right, they say they put an alert out, and all the Ring cameras that they have will link up, and they will be like actively searching.
Well, that's diabolical, right there.
So now, basically, like tapping, basically that means it's like police research, government stuff.
Right, they literally.
Everybody got Ring cameras,
bro.
But they said they pulled back on all that because of the backlash. But we know that's a lie.
Right, because they probably using that joint in emergency situations or whenever they feel like
it's already there, because that shit probably better term conditions, and they're gonna word that shit in such a way.
I mean, that's
not gonna recognize it.
That's just like how they fucking gave Facebook the opportunity to use our phones in a way where they can tap into our audio and all that shit to where they can post different advertisements to our different likings and interests and shit like that.
Yeah,
but then the government tried to fucking act like they shut it down, had a whole fucking court hearing with them, but the whole court hearing was just to adjust how they were doing things so that way the government would have access as well.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All this stuff that's allowed here.
Right.
So, people understand, we just product. The TV is nothing more than advertisement. Like, they just constantly
propaganda.
That's just how they reach you in your house.
Right.
That's their beacon into your crib.
Right.
I mean, it'd be more commercials than actually entertainment.
Exactly. Especially nowadays that we got the internet. Like I said, back then, like even in earlier times before we even had the internet, life was on a read-only basis. So everything you fucking grasped was on a read-only basis, regardless, even if we had the internet. So now we're in a time where everything is like two-dimensional. Like shit is right in front of your face, even if it's digital. So now they're like, okay, since we can put it right in front of your face, that's why they're even making all due respect to, other lifestyles and communities, but that's why they having like transgender TV shows and shit like that. You seeing Chad being a female and a male on TBS. Like that shit was crazy to me. And only left.
Who's Chad?
It was some transgender kid that was going through high school. Yeah, a kid, bro, like a 15, 16-year-old kid that was I think a boy at first and changed over to a female or something, like vice versa. And they were going through high school experiences, only lasted for like 1 or 2 seasons, and then that shit was cut off. But like, that's the type of time they on right now. They trying to put that shit in front of everybody's face. So that way, got more, we're not secure kids.
The power influence.
Right, it's a powerful thing.
That's how they reach you, like I said, man.
Right. The idiot box. But yeah, bro. I definitely dig that, whole, perspective, because we at the point where, like you said, we in solitary confinement. but we in our own little box.
Exactly. We actually in the age of information. Like it's just like I said, everything is in front of you. Like yo, 'cause like they told us that they stole the country, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So like they already said they stole it. You know what I mean? Like I said, and if they force themselves on us, that means we can't act. Like I said, we're in the age of information, so like you just gotta just look at information for what it is.
Right.
Like I said, all of us are just honestly hostages. Like I said, by these illegal immigrants.
Right.
Like I said, they got the audacity of kicking out Mexicans and stuff like that. When actually, Mexicans are actually indigenous to this land.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? California, all that, Texas, that's all Mexico. Like
Right.
Arizona, like so, like it's crazy. Like, and these people out here really believe like, oh, they're illegal. I'm just looking at them like, do you actually read books? Like,
right. Do you know your history? Learn your history.
Like, you been listening to the Europeans way too much. Like,
right. And the crazier part is that, they teach some of the shit at school, not saying all those, history books is factual, but at the same time, if you know how to read between the lines, I mean, you can decipher a lot of shit and learn a lot of shit before, the teacher feeds you the bullshit.
Exactly. They usually gloss over that type of stuff.
Right.
And then focus on the BS and just gloss
over it. Right. So it's not like, they give you a full story. You got to go in and divulge for the full story of every, thing you learn. Because, see, that's how I actually learned. Like, I would go home. I wouldn't even do my homework. I would just sit there and read up on that shit on Google.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, in other books. Because, like, my dad was one of the type of people that like to read a lot. So, like, he was always about knowledge because he was a con man. So, like, he had to know situations in order to finesse it. Like, so he was like, yo, if you ever really want to be something in life, you got to know what the fuck you doing.
Right. My mom always said, she said, if you want to do the wrong thing,
you got to know what the fuck you doing.
You got to know how to do it the right way.
Right, exactly.
If you don't do the wrong thing.
Right. Yeah. Shit, Frank Matthews was the best drug dealer. He never got caught. He died not getting caught. And that's not to praise him, but at the same time, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it the right way.
The right way. You didn't get out. I mean.
Right.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree. Y'all definitely should write in the comments what you feel that we should do as a community to come together so that way we can stop feeling in prison, and not only feeling, but actually being in prison in the way we are living in this society. We need to start coming together in a way that we start to create our own society, and whether it be in this country, back home in Africa, or wherever, but at the same time, we need to start coming together. So definitely write your opinions and, thoughts in the comments.
Tap in the comments and
let's start coming together. Yeah, and, start gaining that superior knowledge. We're going to catch you on the next episode.